All right. Hey, everybody, what's going on? It's CDP here with the podcast. But today, I am joined with, how do I put this? A Swedish person from Sweden, Scandinavia. I would have to say...
A Swedish person from England.
Yeah. That's accurate, right?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome MarkCrown. Yay!
Woo!
Mark, how you doing
I'm here
today, man?
for your old entertainment.
How are you doing today, dude?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've been playing a lot of the MMO, the Old Republic, today with my sister.
Seriously?
So, yes.
Dude, how is that game? Because I was interested in getting it, but then people were telling me that, like, you know, it's short campaign or some shit like that. I don't know.
I'm just playing it for the campaign. So, that's because I'm a huge The Knight of the Old Republic fan. So I've been thinking maybe I should play it or not, because I heard that it wasn't that good, but the story apparently is good, and so far the story has been good, so it's fun.
Well, are you a Star Wars fan in general, or you just love that game a lot?
I will say fan of the universe and a lot of the movies as well. So yes, I would count myself as a Star Wars fan.
Even the new ones going to be coming up from Disney?
Are
you excited at the very least, or no?
I think people are thinking they will do a better job than George Lucas. So, and I can't fault them for saying it, because George Lucas doesn't even care anymore. So
basically, I mean, I wasn't a fan of the prequels, the 1, 2, 3 ones, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But thank you, Mark, for coming on to the podcast. For people that don't know who you are, because I know that we have, I guess you could say, different fan base. I guess you could say you predominantly have your own mix with the Ramborgia, and I have I developed my own with maybe 5% Ramborgia.
Yeah.
With
well,
you know, but
yeah. And
so
also Ramborgia is the people that doesn't, even though we're a strong community, we don't really watch each other's content that much. We are not that supportive when it comes to. We all talk about making it to YouTube, so everyone is just making videos and not watching each other's videos. So it kind of end up that way.
Well, I mean, look, I love the Ramborgia community, even though I left it after you know how they stay ballsy. Whatever it's called, the network started up. I was there for a little bit, but then I left to do my own thing.
Yeah. Well, it didn't really work for anyone actually. So.
No, but you know, it was
a good idea.
Yeah.
He has great intentions, but it was kind of hard to really get people to watch it on the channel.
Well, I mean, I was always a fan of John Ramos since I guess you could say the GameStop shoot that he did a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was always really into that whole thing, but yeah, I'm trying. It's a shame that he's devoting the site or something like that. I want to get back into it with you guys, because I just love the Ramborgian community and how all of you guys are so creative. Dude. That's the thing I'm so fascinated with.
Yeah, I have always been a creative person, and it's a shame I didn't try YouTube earlier, when it was a lot easier to at least get some people to watch you. Today it's so many accounts, so many people trying to make videos, so it's kind of hard to get yourself out there. So I'm a little sad about that, but then again, if it weren't for the Ramborgia, I probably wouldn't be this confident and everything. So
yeah, I mean, well, because 5 years ago, if you uploaded a Call of Duty commentary video, you're gonna get paid in a week or some shit. Now it's you could put this kick-ass video, and you'll get maybe 10 views.
Yeah. Unless you hit viral, then it's gonna explode 10 million. I mean, it's weird. If you go viral, it goes ginormously big. So but it's hard to, unless you do something that nobody has ever seen before, or do something crazy or something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to outdo everyone else.
Well, I mean, Mark, how did you find yourself, doing YouTube? Or, I mean, like, in other words, why did you, like, want to start doing YouTube and upload?
Well, I mean, I are one of those people that's from the DSP
Same here.
era. Yeah. So I started. I didn't watch YouTube at all until 2010.
Nice.
When I played Final Fantasy 13 and got extremely pissed at that game because I couldn't get over one of the bosses and it's just the boss just before it goes more like an open area.
Right.
So there wasn't really a place to like grind. So I just what the hell. What did people on the internet do? And then I searched like Final Fantasy 13 walkthrough, and then I just encountered Phil's, and he made it with luck. Before he beat the boss before he could get to stage 2 of his form.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this isn't helpful at all. But instead, I started to watch his playthrough instead and turned in the game instead, and that's how I got into like YouTube. And then I've watched DSP forever, and then I started watching Jan when he posted his Tokyo vlogs, and I've been watching ever since then. So, but I think it's another YouTuber called Basherverse that has become a lot bigger recently on Machinima. But he did Minecraft Machinimas, and
wow.
I wanted to do the same because I felt like, okay, I have the skill to do this, to get my stories and have like a series like he did. So I wanted to do that, but it takes time and stuff like that. So that's why I originally started my channel. And I also decided that I created my Twitter and started to talk to like post questions to Phil and John, and just started to get comment on videos, because you never before did I post or commented on videos, because I just watch and then just don't comment, and so that's how I mean. And then it's all escalated from there, or escalated. I started talking more and more to Jan, and then when I went on the show, it just moved forward from there. And why I do podcast now is because Smart Guy 1 wanted me and Hasser, who is an Ramborgian and also watch Phil.
For people that don't know, yeah.
Yeah, and he wanted me and Hasser to do a European the show. So, and I yeah, we would do an amazing show. I know it, but I knew that Hasser don't have a lot of time, so I knew that wasn't possible. So I was like, maybe I should just try and make my own thing.
Right.
And then now we are at where we are today, and where I've done 29 Crowncasts already.
Which I have to say are really entertaining. I only just saw the episode 28, but I want to go back and like watch all of your content, dude, because they're so entertaining, man. Honestly.
Yeah, it's so up and down, right? I mean, some of them is this one. The one I call the worst Crowncast ever. I think I called one, and it's just it's so broken. I don't even know what to talk about in the beginning, and it's somehow I ended up talking about different things, and I get interrupted in the middle of the video, and it's just beautiful.
Well, I mean, Mark, anyone that has the skill to like talk to themselves for a duration of 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and make it entertaining, that's like. It takes a lot of you, so I understand perfectly, dude. Like, I got a lot of practice I have an
I started also when I started my MarkCrownStories channel. I started a MarkCrown story, which was a game where I post just let's plays. I have killed that channel off, but it helped me a lot. I did like Minecraft, and also I played the old Hobbit game, and it just helped me a lot because you get to learn how to talk without even there being someone with you. So
right.
I'm really good at it now.
Well, I mean, if you're that good, then I'm expecting a Minecraft machinima, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, I still have that idea, and I want to incorporate both OJ and Rambo, especially in the voice part of it also. Right. If I just get down to writing it, I have so many projects I want to do, so it's just getting what project I want to do now.
I hear you, man. I mean, there's a lot of things that, I mean, I think with any YouTuber, they always have something that they want to do, but there's equipment you gotta get, and you gotta get maybe like actors or some shit to help you out with the voices. And
well, I can start doing it today because I actually did start machinima, but the problem with that was I had stored it on a hard drive, and I were working a lot at the time, so I hadn't had the time to back it up. Right. And of course that one broke down, and and so like I was almost finished with the first episode, so I was like, oh shit, I don't have the energy, and also I don't think it would have been as good as I wanted it to. So it's I decided to do another story because I think the way I wanted it to be, I wanted to be one with almost no voices in it. It would almost be like a silent one. But I couldn't really convey the things I wanted it to be, so to say.
Yeah, I got you, dude. I was gonna ask, how do you, as a YouTuber, there's always ideas that we have that are either like, all right, we want to do this, or we do this, whatever the hell, and then when we come up and when we actually have the final product, we may not think it's the shit, but say we just say, all right, fuck it, let's just upload it, and then we see like a huge reaction of people saying, oh, this is really good, and yada yada yada. So it's always difficult to, like, you know, have something that you want to upload, but you never know if it's gonna work or not.
Yeah, I have the same feeling. I have stored footage from the Assassin's Creed 3 game. I started to record an idea that is about the orphans in the kids in Assassin's Creed 3 that runs after you all the time and like laughing and being incredibly annoying. So I was like, wait, I should do like a sort of like sketch where he where he like tries to pick a fight with the children and he loses in the end. So I have tried to like how it should be, but I mean, to get the execution right, it's where I struggle with that one. But some people asked about it, so maybe I should just do the best of it and just put it out.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I mean, what we might think is perfect for one video, maybe people might not appreciate. I know, like on your Twitter this past week, and I saw that you were like, it's a shame that people aren't really watching. What was it, episode 28 of your other Crowncast?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it's just because I've been at around at least averaging 70 to 80 views on every video. That's why I felt it was a little weird that one shouldn't get the same views as that those. But I mean, yeah, I'm maybe. But really, even though if they had 70 to 80 views, I know it was around 20 on everyone that's really watched it. So I can't really say that it's all the same amount of people really that watch it. But
yeah, because just because, for example, I know you have like what, about like 56, 57, 55 subscribers, right?
I think I hit 60.
Oh wow! Congratulations, but yeah.
Yeah, mostly thanks to you. I got several recently from your group of subscribers. So there seem to be like podcast people. So otherwise, when you come to like the Ramborgia, it's some of them aren't really that much podcast people. I think more than they like to listen to John Rambo and stuff. So. Yeah,
which I mean,
hard to convince.
Which I mean, hey, John does an excellent fucking job with his, the show from building it from the ground up. So all props to him, But to people that are watching this video, how about you go check out Mark's videos? This guy puts a lot of effort to his videos, and I really do think he's entertaining. And it's a shame that he doesn't have. I'm sorry, it's a shame that you don't have such a bigger following than what you should have. I picture. When you see the Ramborgia, it's like you have obviously the main person, which is John and OJ, and then it's like, all right, you, Dorf, Ramborgia, Stern guy, Cyber Demon, all you guys are like, I guess you could say the lieutenants or some shit. I guess you want to put it like that, but you guys do a lot of hard work, man. So real shit. So everyone go check out their shit. I'll put the links in the description.
Yeah.
Which no one ever looks at, but whatever.
Yeah, I post stuff also in my description. I don't really know if people actually go to it also. Yeah.
I just want to like randomly have a video and just talk a bunch of shit in the description to see if anyone catches it just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you read every Crowncast I make, do you know that every single one has something, or in the beginning I kind of did the same thing, but something, the first line is always different. Yeah. So if someone paid attention, you would know that I type random stuff all the time in there. So,
I mean, Mark, like, I literally just finished seeing episode 28 like last night, and then I woke up, and then an hour later here we are. But
yeah,
are you actually insane, Mark? You were such a happy person, and you were just like,
especially in that one. I can't for my life know what the hell I was on that when I recorded that one. It was like I could have gone on for another hour. That's the weird part of that one. I couldn't even. I was like, I have to press stop here, or this will be forever. I don't even know. I was so.
Were you drunk?
No, I wasn't. I was just. I can't explain that one. I get that. How I just become someone else sometimes. I feel like no, but
it's understandable, man.
Yeah, especially for people who have watched the Marvel Heroes streams that I did with John Rambo and stuff. Because when I get tired, I just come up with crazy shit. It's probably the time I come up with most crazy ideas and stuff, and I just say it out loud on that one. So, and everyone, it's just I sort of derail those.
Every day, it's your podcast, so why not, right?
Yeah.
Mark, I was going to ask. I don't know if you've already explained this. So, why MarkCrownStories?
It's the fact that I want to be a writer.
Oh, really?
And my real name is hard for people, that English-speaking people, to pronounce. So I felt like I need to come up with something that's like I could use instead. Right. I could have, if I were going for having like podcasts, I would have just stuck with Crown probably, but because in the beginning I wanted to do like stories and write stuff and such, so that's and the MarkCrown, the name comes from I always create myself into other stories. The biggest books out there or movies and stuff, I just create my own personality. Right. And MarkCrown is the name I used for my Harry Potter character I made for myself. And so, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean...
So, it's not that I'm that amazing Harry Potter fan. It's just that name, as Crown, has always stuck with me that I want to use. And then for some reason I just love the name Mark. I have never understood why, but I just like it. It's yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, I mean, it works. I mean, people know you now. I guess you could say in the Ramborgia community, you know, MarkCrown, MarkCrown, MarkCrown.
Yeah.
So I mean, something's working, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. What experience do you have on YouTube as far as like the positives and the negatives that come with YouTube? I guess you could say.
Well,
like obviously, I'm assuming you have like a fucked up sleep schedule, don't you?
Yeah. But it's, I mean, so many people are Americans now that I know. I don't really know how I can turn it back, but I always manage to rewind up my clock if I need to. But I mean, yeah. What am I going to say? Say the question again.
Sorry. What have you experienced as far as like the goods and the bads with YouTube? You know, like when it comes to uploading with, I don't know if you ever get it, hate comments and shit like that, or anything like that in general.
I have been lucky when it comes to hate comments because I haven't really experienced them because I haven't really got my show seen by people outside really of the Ramborgia really that much. Of course, you try to get more people outside of it to be interested, but I mean, I haven't really experienced that hate that much. Not in terms of YouTube. I kind of I get a little feel for how it's like when I am a football/soccer fan. So when I posted a comment about a team and I thought their actions were horrendous, and my comment was I was really hard in my comment, and their fans left and just comment the hell out of me, and I got a little feel of how it's like, but yeah, I just have fun with it.
Well, what did you first feel when you first got like a positive comment, like, oh, this is so cool, or you're really entertaining, or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, you still don't really believe it. I don't think most YouTubers still believe it at some point, really. I mean, you kind of numb yourself already from the beginning. At least I have already started to like evolve when it comes to like both good and bad. You just like, even though it's good to read those, you still get happy for reading those great comments. I mean, you start to get a little bit numb because you know that eventually you're going to have those hurtful comments, and it's yeah. So if you intend to do YouTube as I intend to do, as well as most other people, so
right.
But I usually just write something happy back to them people, because there was one person in the Ramborgia who listened to the show who hated my my voice.
What?
So yeah. So I was like, I was just saying thank you, or like I love you. That's a good one. I just try to be happy back to them. It's yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, it works, right? No one's really like talking shit. I mean,
oh,
I don't know, man, but I haven't really experienced hate, just because if I do, I have, you know, my subscribers are be like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
But I mean, people tell me all the time that if no one's ever talked shit to you, then you're really never gonna make it or some shit. But I don't like to look at it like that because I haven't gotten hate. So
well, I just think I don't think really haters bother with newer YouTubers anymore.
Really?
I don't think, or unless you talk more like Call of Duty videos or like
wow.
I think or like no, but I think it's if you do a certain type of video, I don't think they're gonna people hate so much on podcasts, or I feel it depends on what type of content you do, I think.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think people envy talented people. I mean, we are creative and do podcasts and stuff like that, but I don't. It's an audio thing, and I don't feel like. I don't know if people really hate on people that much. Just maybe mostly just because of the voice, probably. But if you do something that's long, I mean, maybe don't bother. If you do a 3-minute video, for instance, and some people will love it, and some other people will probably not love it because it will probably, or like it's certain stuff that I find wrong with it. But hey, it's just what I think. It's so many videos today that I think it's kind of hard to. You just try and hate on the bigger people, maybe. I don't know, but I mean, where you actually will be seen, because these people want to be seen as well, and sure, it would be happy for them to like 50 people hate you back or something. Maybe some people feel like that's an accomplishment, but they want to like have 1,000 people hate them back. So.
I think there's people that just want hate. Like they want to get a reaction from a YouTuber or from other fans. You know, like trolls, I guess you could say, which there aren't really a lot of trolls no more, huh?
Well, I think there are trolls, but I think they maybe changed their style a bit, maybe. I don't know.
Well, because when trolling was like first starting out, it was like people fucking with you. Now it's like, oh, your video's stupid, and then you reply, well, why? Then they'll be like, I just trolled you. Ah!
Yeah.
You know, it's really gone down as far as like
intelligence in trolls.
The arts, I guess you could say, of trolling or whatever. But yeah, I mean, because look, I mean, it's a shame that with YouTube, because most of the audience on YouTube, it's split like, here's how I see it, it's split between two kind of people. It's the viewers that are there to spend maybe 5 minutes to get their laugh and then move on with their day. And then you have people, I guess you could say a good example would be the Ramborgia community, that have a lot of people that like will watch a 2-hour audio or video podcast, and they'll watch, you know, long duration videos, and they'll love that kind of stuff, and they won't like the shorter videos. But it's a shame when you have someone that makes a fucking, I don't know, 2-minute vlog, right, and talks about some stupid shit, and yet you have someone who does creative shit and actually puts work into their videos, and it gets, you know, either shitted on or not appreciated as much as the other guy.
Yeah, it also depends on the vlogger itself. If the person just vlogs a standard vlog without like any like, they will have their jump cuts, but that's about it. I mean, any person can do that, but for me, like I can respect some vloggers.
Yeah, like if there's editing and stuff to it, sure.
Yeah, and they put some thought into to their vlogs. I mean, the Green brothers are the ones that made VidCon. They have really made something with, and their vlogs are like not only hi, here are we. They talk about subjects that matter to the world and that sort of stuff. And also, I think Weezy Waiter is one person who do his like, he has clones, and he like that's sort of editing, so it demands him to talk to himself when he's like split screening, and it takes skill to do that. And so those people I respect. The people who just vlog every day,
jump cuts,
only do jump cuts and don't really do anything else. I mean, of course it's annoying that they're big, but usually it's because they started vlogging so far back when it was such a, it was back like, all right, easier like, to get
basically noticed. Like if you post a 5-minute video of vlogging and you're a girl, you're gonna become famous. That's how easy it was, basically. Yeah. Now it's like, at least what I see, a lot of people will give shit for girls that want to do legit stuff, unless they're, and I hate using this term, girl gamers and shit, where they show their cleavage or whatever the fuck, Mark. Yeah. See, I have like such a small percentage of female viewership that it's weird for me to talk about women like that. You know what I mean, Mark, or no?
I have no clue. The only female viewer I know is Leila Alvar on my one, so I don't even know if I have any other female viewers. So if they well, maybe, I don't know. They haven't commented, so I don't know. Unless Ramborgia Dorman actually is a girl. But
speaking of which, I fucking love this person, man. Every time I tweet with him or her, it's the greatest thing ever. I fucking love his or her tweets, dude.
Yeah.
It's a good, like, say you're just bored one day and you just look at one of his tweets. It's amazing, man. But
yeah,
shout out, shit.
Yeah, it's because I see when I see Ramborgia Dorman post comments, I feel like it's so perfect, because it's kind of like how I started in the beginning with the whole MarkCrownStories, or on Twitter especially. I created a persona, and I see Ramborgia Dorman doing the same thing. It's just he's just creating a character. We don't know how much Ramborgia Dorman is in real life, how much of that person actually is. So, it's just fun.
Yeah, basically, but it's like with YouTube. Like, a lot of people give shit for people that they'll be like, "Oh, you're acting fake," or "Why aren't you always like this?" or whatever. It's like, because as YouTubers, it's like with some, I don't know if this is how you work, but like with me, it's how I act in my videos. It's me, but like a little extra more me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have to, I can't just sit here and be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, you guys? We're doing Limbo, and oh, I just died. Oh, what we do?" You have to put a little bit more entertainment to it, because otherwise you're gonna be bored as fuck. But that's the way I see it. I don't know how you edit your videos. I don't know if you have like a certain way that you do go about it, or
I wouldn't say I'm
does booze help?
No, I don't drink usually when I'm recording. But I'm the kind of person that I'm much more laid back when I'm not when I'm not recording. I'm can't be bothered really to do much stuff. I'm just lazy. Usually when I'm doing stuff here in Sweden, I usually guy that keeps quiet because I don't feel like talking, basically. But
no, I understand.
But I'm when it comes to this persona is, of course, it's part of who I a little bit what I wanted to be, but never. But I have like two kind of personas really. One that's I pride myself to show the rest of the world, so to speak, and then the one where I don't record and just is a lot chill and not very talkative. But I have become much more talkative even outside of it. So
I mean, it helps. I mean, you do podcasts, so it's like you have to you have to be a talkative person, in my opinion, in order to do podcasts. So the fact that how you just said you're laid back and now you're slowly turning into a really, really talkative person. I mean, YouTube's great. Like, it's a great outlet for creativity. If you're looking for a job in for video anywhere, be like, "Oh, look at my YouTube channel. Here we go." But which is great. But it's always a shame when people just call people out like, "Oh, you're faking." It's like, I don't know how to feel about it, man. But it's always confusing, and depending what kind of videos they're doing and stuff. But
but if it depends if the persona is something that you can actually is a part of you. I mean, it's still something. It's still me in some ways, but it's just different from how I act normally. So it's not that it's fake. It's just different. It's hard to really explain it fully, but
yeah. Because I mean, a good example, like, I don't know why I just thought of it. Like John, I'm pretty sure, I don't know how he acts off camera. For all I know, he could be running around his woods, going crazy naked. I don't know, but we never really know, you know.
I know more. He as he is on the show, he is outside. I can tell you that.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, because I talked to him a little bit before we record and stuff. He puts on more of a show when he's on, but
of course
he's still the same guy outside of it. Maybe no, I would say for people that want to know more how it's like off, I would suggest just watching like his on his Twitch. Go and watch his Marvel Hero stuff, and or like stuff like that, because it's talking to us. He doesn't put on a show. He is just
he's his actual self, I guess you say. Well, yeah, he always is, which I appreciate that, you know. But I don't know, like it's great. It's just always like something I've always wondered, like whoever you watch, whatever. It's like I wonder how they act off camera and stuff, you know. Like they could be a creep for all you know, you know. But
yeah.
Like God, I mean OJ.
OJ is the perfect person who
I love OJ,
couldn't change himself if he tried. He's always he doesn't put on more of a show when he's online. I or at least that's what I think, at least, because he doesn't seem to be that kind of guy that would try and change himself at all. He's just who he is.
Which I love, you know. I like because like OJ, I guess you could see it's like OJ is like perfect example of what the internet is. Is the way I see it, I guess you could say.
Well,
but
I have a lot of respect for OJ in that way that he can handle every situation Jan keeps throwing him in. I mean, all the questions, all the things he has to explain from his shy. I mean, it's like we have gone through every detail in OJ's life. I mean, and we haven't really gotten. We have gotten some part of Jan, but we haven't got everything. So, but it's because it's his show, and some things I think he don't feel like talking about, or maybe he don't feel interesting.
Well, I mean, because I plan to have him on. I've already talked to him like, hey, you want to come on so I can interview you and stuff. So I'm gonna make sure people see a different side of that dude. Because God damn it, I want to know so much about him. But this is not the John Randall podcast. This is the MarkCrown podcast. So I'm gonna keep.
No, but I have on
a lot of respect
quite often. So it's just I have the idea of asking him stuff, but I'm so bad at remembering them. Even if I write them down, it's just like, what the hell? Should I really ask this? Then I just find something else and just... So, because I feel like when they want him on... In the beginning, I thought like, okay, I'm gonna ask him everything that maybe want to know more. And then I just... Well, people really want this great conversation between me and John. So I feel like if we just do like having a normal conversation, just it's out there for everyone to listen to. That's kind of how I felt I should do it. So maybe I think you will do a better job in interviewing him, because I don't feel like I want to interview him. I just want him to be a normal conversation.
Be a guest, basically, you know?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, how am I doing this with you right now? I have this, like, whole script. I had things I was going to, like, question you about, made this, like, kind of like an interview style, but this is really just turning into, like, a typical kind of, like, just normal, like, typical conversation, I guess you could say, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is great. I like to think I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, you do. You can ask me more stuff. I
have a lot more, don't worry. I mean, because... Like, how do I put this? How did you go about when you're gonna go on someone else's like podcast? Like, I know, like, if it's your podcast, you have to have things that you have, that you want to talk about, whatever. I usually just,
It's so easier going on someone else's podcast. It's because you don't have to plan for anything, and you just that's why I think also why John loves coming on my podcast is because he doesn't have to do anything, even though he comes up with his own questions during the show or my Crowncast, just because he's done the show so many times that it's in his backbone.
Times.
It's in his backbone to ask questions. He's usually the one that's holding the show, but so yeah.
I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to check out the one that I guess is episode 27 with him and you, but
yeah,
I want to obviously.
Yeah,
but
I have had him on 3 or 4 times.
Really? God damn, Mark.
Yeah. We intended it to be. He wanted it to be a weekly thing where you come on my podcast, and I was like, okay, if you said it, I'm gonna commit to it. And then we had like 2 weeks where he wasn't on because I had hard time getting a hold of him. So it just ended up.
Mark, you live in Sweden. No shit.
No. But I mean, I have a hard time getting to him on the internet, just because sometimes has those weeks where he's not checking that often, and also he just didn't even respond to my questions. So, but then I just said it. I don't remember on a show like you should come on my podcast next week. Yeah, just say a time, and he probably could have gone on that, but he's harder to get hold of than people might realize sometimes. So
yeah, I mean, because that's why I appreciate the whole the Ramborgia community. How, I mean, I literally just asked you one random day, and then you responded to it. I was like, holy shit, these guys are easy to talk to.
Yeah,
I just forget that you guys are just I think a lot of people just forget that YouTubers are just humans. I mean, you could just talk to us like whatever. I mean, if you want to joke around, or if you want to be serious, sure, but.
Yeah.
You might not always get that kind of answer that you expect, but that's why it's the beauty of it,
Yeah. I just I try to respond to everyone. So right now it's no problem at all to respond to everyone. So even though you love to get bigger, the problem is you can't respond to everyone because then you would just be on Twitter like 24/7 or something like that.
Which, I mean, people might appreciate, but I mean, you want to have a life,
Yeah.
Because I mean, I try to respond to everyone, in videos and in comments, whether it's just this is good, I'll just write, oh, thank you or something, but
yeah,
it sometimes you just don't want to. Sometimes you can just be tired or exhausted. I mean, I've had days, just staying up real late, just editing, and say I get a comment, I'm just like, hooray, you just not. People get upset, and then people get upset if you don't respond to them,
Yeah.
I don't know if you experienced that, but that's me.
I just respond to everyone. So I don't. I'm just happy people are talking to me. So I never ever thought of it. I mean, there are some questions maybe I won't answer because I don't think I have an answer to that question, or
it might be personal,
Or no, it's just feel like, what the hell do I even? Sometimes it's just, I don't maybe not answer because I don't fully know what I would answer, and then maybe it's just easier to not say nothing.
Well, I mean, I never knew how to handle people as good as I guess you could say like John does or whatever, like in comments or in tweets or whatever the hell. Which is why that's why I like watching people's videos, like people that actually really really I guess you could say follow hardcore. It's always cool to study how they do things, like how do they drive a conversation in an interview or a podcast and stuff. Which is why I just love, again, YouTube in general, and how you can learn so much by just typing in, all right, how do I do this, and then boom, here you go.
I think if John ever tries to do a different job, he could probably try and aim for being an interviewer, because I feel like he would do great in that, especially just showcasing every time he has a guest on how great all his questions are. Because people maybe not have noticed as much, but every one of his questions are so great, and I probably couldn't come up with half of the questions he did. So, and it shows in my show that I'm bad at giving questions because I end up just having a conversation with people instead. That's just I just talk to people. I never interview them.
Well, I mean, hey, it's I don't know, like depending on what kind of thing you're trying to do, like just having a simple conversation, might be entertaining enough,
Yeah.
But that's the way I see it. But we gotta get back up to this because if you still have a few things we gotta talk about, we're already like 45 minutes in this, and I don't want to take a lot of time from you, Mark.
Yeah.
I know it's like what, 9 for you?
Yeah. I don't have anything tomorrow, so or not until like 4:30 tomorrow. So I have all the time in the world, and I probably will stay up late as usual.
Well, I mean, let's try to keep this under 3 hours at the very least,
Yeah.
But all right. Where was I at? Is there anything you do outside? Obviously, you have your own little life and the things you do outside of YouTube and the internet. What I wanted to know is, do you like go to school? Do you work? What's up, dude?
I've been having for the couple of years trying to get a solid job or get any like part-time job really, because I maybe not have been at the best of my ability when it comes to getting a job, but also I mean I have had some bad luck in coming to like some types of work that end up being a dead end. Most of the stuff I did before, with most of my experience are like jobs that I can't really use my experience to get another job because that's one of the sectors are dead. One of them I really don't want to work in, and the last one I need to study to actually have at least a part-time job.
Which is a shame, right?
Yeah, so I'm looking. It's because I have been looking just to get some money so that I could study in like America, but it's been a lot of problem getting that money. So now I'm just thinking of studying here in Sweden instead. So that's probably what I will end up doing. So I've been going to look for next year to study something. Until then, I'm going to try and get to work. If I can find some work, I probably will try and get enough money to study in America. But if I can't get money until then I will just study in Sweden instead. So.
And I mean, you never know. You might make it big randomly on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
which is a nice thought.
it's really what I want. That's why most of my life today is actually YouTube and internet and stuff. Just because I'm trying hard to just talk to people, just promoting myself. So.
I mean, hey, you're on the podcast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I appreciate it. Again, I thank you for joining me today on the podcast, man. Because I was expecting like what is he doing? This is terrible. Never mind,
Yeah.
But it's because I'm always like a hard ass when it comes to my stuff. Because I'm like, the podcast. I would love to have it, better than what it is now. Like better equipment, video format, live streaming shit. But money.
Yeah, one thing I did directly when I started on YouTube, when I created my account to do machinimas, I realized directly I don't want to have like just a headset because it's hard to get that good audio. So I bought a microphone, the first thing I did. So I still got it, and it's still an amazing thing. So I have put a lot of money into my computer. So I have spent money to get this going.
And much more. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've given up, obviously a lot of time for having your content out there and uploading it and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've, given up, figuratively memories with people. Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you've done this, like, hey, you want to go out to a party or you want to hang out with us on this day? You'll be like, no, sorry, I gotta do something else, which is, YouTube,
not as much, because I never been a person that has a extreme lot of friends. I have friends, but I don't have a lot of close friends I usually do a lot of stuff with. So for me, it's I haven't really, because I would almost say I'm an introvert person when I'm by myself. So I like being alone. So maybe it's just because I have an internet between everyone else that it has been fun just talking to people over online. I don't have to like go out and do stuff to do it, because usually I don't find a lot of stuff entertaining. That I like to go party now and again, but
not, of course, of course,
not often, because I can't be bothered. Almost like, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why I again, you have, the Ramborgia, and you have the people. I'm pretty sure you look as John as a friend,
Yeah.
This is why I love, again, the internet and just the whole community of YouTube, the Ramborgia, with my people, the pleasers. I love it because we're all like there for each other, like,
yeah.
Even if you have like a shitty life, outside the internet, you still have the people in this digital land, I guess you could say. I mean, hell, you're in Sweden and I'm in fucking Los Angeles, dude.
Yeah.
That just think about that. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people appreciate it and just know how much we have,
Yeah, I'm really appreciative of what I have, especially because there's one of the Ramborgians on Twitter, PS3TNA. He was on the show, has been on the show sometimes last year, I think, but he has had a lot of problems. Like, he have been problems finding a place to stay and a lot of that sort of stuff, and he has just have a lot of bad luck. So seeing him, I'm trying to every time he writes something, I try to be like positive to him as possible, because I'm really happy with my life, and seeing how he has to deal with crappy relatives, crappy parents, and stuff. So yeah, so I'm just happy with what I got, especially here in Sweden. I don't think Swedish people know how lucky they are, really.
Yeah, you guys are skinny. America's fat, dude. I mean, look, I love my country, but dude, there's some things I could do without. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this has gotten kind of weird.
Yeah.
But again, this is why I love this, man. Me and you have talked like what, rarely, like on Twitter, maybe I guess you could say on YouTube inbox, and here we are, 53 minutes in, doing a podcast, and we're having, I'm enjoying myself. I don't know if you think this is shit, but,
it is. It's fun.
But thank you. But let's keep going. Mark, what do you want to accomplish in your life and YouTube? And before we get into
in life and YouTube, or in life YouTube?
Let's start with just YouTube first. But,
okay.
But first, I want to know, Mark, how old are you? So people who can put this in perspective. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Really? Dude, you look young as fuck.
Yeah, I know. That's
what the fuck?
That's one of the things I've been dealing with my life.
Hey, man, I wouldn't complain, dude.
Well, right now, I mean, as you get, especially if you want to enjoy your time with people your own age, it's really annoying when people look at you and see you as someone younger. And I always been a mature person, so for me to look that young and people maybe not taking me that seriously is something I have been annoyed with most of my life. And so yeah, I probably, when I'm hit 30 and I still look like I'm 20, then I probably will love it. I mean, I'm not. But at this point, I would like to. That's why I usually have. You can see some sort of beard or something like that. Facial hair. I try to have that just because I would like to look over 20 at least. That's just. Or
Dude,
at
what the
20.
hell?
Yeah.
I'm 18, man. What the fuck kind of shit is this? All right, fuck it.
Well, I'm talking to Smart Guy, and he's like born 97. I'm born 90. I feel like almost forget sometimes. Like we have 7 years between us.
That's crazy, man. Wow, man. That's interesting, man. And then I mean, John's what, 30, 31, I think.
He turned 30 this year.
I thought. Oh yeah, oh shit. Well, yeah. I mean, there you go. He's 30, dude. Phil's what, 31?
Yeah, I think so.
It's crazy how like none of us really like act our age, I guess you could say, which is a good thing, at least in my opinion. But real quick, how you were saying how you don't like the fact that you're not taking, I guess you could say, as serious because you are more mature for your age. Mark, you upload a video called "I Am Truly Insane." Have you seen it? I'm just saying, man. You're not helping yourself with that video.
No, but YouTube, I don't care what people think. I'm talking like most of the people close or people I meet in real life don't have that kind of haven't seen my videos at all. So
which is good, I think. You know, they'll look at your video. Oh, what's this? Mark has a YouTube channel. Let me see this. I am truly insane. Fucking watch. He said, "What the fuck?" So yeah, what are you trying to accomplish on YouTube, Mark?
Well, I would love to work off YouTube, especially the idea I had for making like stories and doing audiobooks and just writing stuff. But right now I don't feel like doing it. So not feel like doing the writing part of it. But I still love doing Crowncast. I still love doing every stuff on my channel, but especially I have postponed doing it. That's why I like doing this reading out fanfics and stuff, because it's good practice for me, even though people who see it may think it's really weird someone have on his channel. I don't really care. It's great practice for me. And so
it's like you said, it's on episode 28 of our Crowncast, which you should check out, by the way. It's incredibly difficult sometimes to read something that someone else has written for you.
Yeah.
Because
for example, you don't really know how that person felt when reading that and sort of stuff.
Which how I see in writing, which I don't know if you'll agree with me on that, because seeing how you want to be a writer, every time you write something that's either for music or for your stories or what have you, or for a skit, it's a piece of you going into that. So it's always difficult to be able to look at someone else as like, well, how did he react to this, and how should I say this word or whatever, Yeah. But yeah, what are you trying to accomplish, Mark? What's the ultimate goal for you?
Yeah, the ultimate goal would be me living off YouTube, and also I would love just to talk more to some YouTube people, just because I find them awesome, and I feel like I would have a great time with those people. Even though I already have great time with all the Ramborgians and stuff, I want just have more fun, and that's how I see it, really. So because I have been watching, I watch a lot of gaming videos on YouTube. That's mainly what I watch, podcasts and that. The game station changed to Polaris, and I've been watching the game station since they created that channel. So those people like TB, Jesse Cox, and all those people those people that really I have watched a lot, and I would love to talk to them more. I have already met Jesse Cox and Dodger, so and they are great people in real life. They're much fun to talk to. So
well, I mean, Mark, I mean, why not just ask them to join you on the Crowncast, man?
That would I should, if they happens as planned at GamerCon, that that they will come next year as well. I'm going to ask them without doubt, because I wasn't doing Crowncast at that point when I went to GamerCon this year. So I didn't really have a way to ask them to do it. Plus, I'm thinking of doing a panel at GameCon next year. And
oh, wow.
So if it's... I haven't decided how I want to do it yet, but one thing is to promote Snowsman Hole Punch.
Of course.
It's one thinking of. And also I would maybe just have a Crowncast panel. Where
Crowncast live? Wow.
Yes.
That's nice, actually.
And I would try to get Hazard to go to it. And that would be I would aim for having a late night one, and we drink. Me and Hazard drinking. It would be the best freaking podcast I would ever do, because it would be so crazy, and I feel like that would make impression on people and get more to see it. But it's a year until GameCon, so no rush.
Yeah, no rush. You still got time to develop, the YouTube status and stuff,
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm the kind of person when it comes to YouTube that I like to help out other people, that I know that, either in music or what have you. So yeah. I don't know if you check out any other podcast episodes, but I have had, bands and fucking a rapper in here and shit like that. But
okay,
I always like helping out other people. Like, for example, I want to help you out as much as I can. I want to help out the Ramborgia, so that's why I like plugging you guys, and I hope, again, you guys should check out MarkCrown. Shout out MarkCrownStories. Yeah, watch the fucking Crowncast, because they're fucking amazing, dude.
It's just when you say help, I have my list for getting on the Crowncast is so fucking long.
Dude, why the fuck is it so long?
Because everyone wants to be on it, and it's hard because I can't just have guests all the time. Because
I completely understand. Yeah.
So it's really hard just to balance it all, and also the time difference, of course.
Yeah.
Makes some problems for it. I try to have more people on, but it's also about when you record it, if you feel up to record it at that point. Because there have been points where I was going to record with Doug and Slinky and stuff, but when we're trying the time we're set out, I didn't feel like recording. I was tired at that point and stuff, and then it wouldn't be fair to them, because it wouldn't have been a good podcast, because I wouldn't be able to maybe not entertain but have any energy to
and the viewers too, I would think, but
yes,
yeah, I mean, fuck, I was gonna say something, shit, I forgot. Oh yeah, not to add on your list, but I would like to join the Crowncast.
yeah, you can join the list.
Episode 50, right?
Yeah, I was thinking of doing a massive one on episode 50, just getting a lot of people on. I maybe just bring everyone at the same time. No, but that would be terrible. But
10 voices talking. Oh, hey, and stuff.
I will probably have Anthony and Nate at the same time, and the ones that do the Gamer Talk Live, the podcast about gaming. So I think I will have them on at the same time, just because I feel like it would fit that sort of style. We will probably talk mostly about games. So
you realize you're gonna have like a 10-hour Crowncast, right?
Yeah, if I do it, yeah, I know that. So I've been thinking more to it, and I can't have the 50. I can have the 50 be live, but I don't think I will have as many guests as I wanted it to be, because it's just not gonna work. Maybe I will have a 3-hour one, and we'll have some people that I haven't had on before, but I couldn't have on like everyone.
Yeah. No, I understand completely. I mean, real quick, Mark, didn't you have a time when you had like a Crowncast like every day?
I have had a week where it ended up being 4 in 1 week.
That's impressive, dude.
I could have, especially with so many guests that went on, I could have 5 if I wanted to. But I want every I try to keep it at 3 just because I want people to have space between them so that they can enjoy everyone. But if it's 3 or 4, that's around Jesus how I do it.
Christ. Dude, Mark, that's fucking impressive. You could do 3. Again, it's like I said, anyone that could talk to themselves for 30 minutes or an hour, you know, that's impressive. But to do that 3 times a week, god damn, Mark. That's impressive.
Yeah, I just being on this as a guest now just shows how different I am from before, because how much I've changed. Because the thing, I can actually talk for this long without even have to think about anything. I have no problem. But that was always that's what I pointed out, that I just realized recently that I don't even need to think about the words I'm saying anymore when I talk English, and that is a massive difference that has changed everything. Because before I always needed to think before I said words, because so I don't end up saying Swedish words.
Right.
Now I have no problem at all. I speak fluently without even have to think of it, and that's, even though I spoke fluently before, for me it's massive difference.
Well, I mean, hey, you obviously sound like you're very, what the hell is the word? You know your English, I guess you could say.
Yeah, now I know, yeah. Definitely.
Which, I mean, hey, how is it in Swedish? Do a lot of people just talk Sweden, or do they talk English every now and then, or what's up? Because I know, like, everywhere else besides America, you guys know, like, a fuckload of languages, and we, like, know maybe 1 or 2.
We speak Swedish, but we're influenced by many English words. Today, some words stick because it sounds better than Swedish. Most of the English words sounds better. Like if you're hyping something, or like promoting something, or you want something to sound really cool, you don't use Swedish really. It's tough language, especially if you want to like write in Swedish. Even if you're a Swedish person, to get it to be good, it's really hard. So it's almost like, for me, it's easier to write in English than Swedish, because English is such an easy language for it to sound good. So yeah, we learn like in school. We also get to learn like 3 different languages, which is French, Spanish, and German. And my German, which I went to learn, it's not good. Because the problem is in Sweden we do a lot of grammar.
Okay.
That's the reason why, for me, in the beginning, why I had so problem with English is because, I speak English sometimes, and I'm good at English, but we didn't spoke it as much as we should, so it didn't really manifest as well as it should have, until, for me, like, I've been talking only to English-speaking people for like last year, so I speak more English than Swedish right now. So,
well, I mean, if it means anything to you, Mark, I think you can speak English well. I mean, you've been with me for now an hour and 8 minutes, about to be 9 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, you can go on really good, and I'm pretty sure listening to the show helped you out too.
Yeah, definitely, and mostly going on the show. I think improved it a lot. But as a person, you're not on the show as that much. You get like your 7 minutes, so it doesn't really improve you that much. But
I would think mostly
do. But I've been listening to English for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I've always been listening to English, so that's never been. I always understood English perfectly, and I can read English perfectly. So it was only a matter of speaking it that needed to improve.
Well, I mean, hey, as I said, you obviously know how to do it, so.
Yeah, I definitely know. It just hit me recently how well I'm speaking English now.
Mark, where in the world do you get your creativity, man? Because you have your Crowncast, you have your I Am Truly Insane. You have a lot of these things that you've done, and obviously hearing you talk about the Minecraft, the machinima that you want to do. Where do you get all this creativity? Do you know, or is it just genes?
I have always been a creative person. I'm great at making ideas. If it were that easy to write, I probably would have made it as an offer by now. I'm not doubting that for a second, because I have so great ideas. I have created a fantastic universe. So it's just a matter of also the first story that you want to put out, because just putting out stories. So I want to put out shorter stories. So it's just a matter of getting started to write and getting it down, so you become more good at it.
Well, I mean, Mark, are you trying to write books, or is this just videos and stuff?
Books. So that's
and what
why.
What kind of genres?
I would say it's fantasy, but it's very different every idea I have, really. So it's many different kinds of, I would say, I have so many different ideas, so it's just a matter of the ones I want to begin with, because having so many ideas, that when you start off one path, that you can't change that path, because it's going to, where do I want the story to begin in this universe? Which part of this universe do I want to showcase first? So that's what I've been dealing with, and what has the most complete story, because I have the ideas for roughly how every story will work, but just the matter of what happens in the middle of every story. That's where the hardest part is for me.
Well, because I'm dating someone that wants to do writing as well. That's why I was kind of interested in hearing your input of it. But
but if you do writing, I just recommend just write anything, even if the first couple of stories are crap. Just write it. It's you have to get it down in writing, and that's how you begin it. But I just have a matter of what story I just want to begin with.
Yeah.
That's almost the problem with having so many great ideas, is what the hell do I start with? Yeah. And I actually started with one idea, but the thing is, I said to myself, no, I'm not gonna write this, because I wanted that story to be a video game at some point. And if in 20 years and it hasn't become a video game, then I will write the story. But I would really want that to become a video game story, so I will lay off that one. And if it happens, it happens. If not, then I will just write it someday.
Well, I mean, hopefully maybe someone that's in the gaming company hears this, and they'll be like, oh, maybe they'll probably message you, like, hey, can you write that story for me? You never know, man. But Mark, are you partnered?
No.
Really?
No.
Have you ever applied for the Google partnership or Machinima, or no?
Yeah, I have. I don't know how. I think it says I'm monetized, but I think I have the Google stuff. I don't know, but I don't think it's gonna. I'm not. I think I'm aiming for doing some other partnering. I mean, I've heard maybe that if you want to really get into Polaris, that you should do RPM, which is their trial thing. So unless you go big, so either you go big by your own, or you just have to go through that part of it. So I don't know. I probably will stick to myself, even though if I don't get much money in the beginning, I don't care.
That's a good mindset to have, Mark. Because I mean, it's like I said, you're a very entertaining and creative person. So that's why I was like, it's weird that you're not partnered. I mean, fuck, I'm partnered by Machinima, dude. That's why I'm like, how the fuck are you not partnered, man? But
yeah, I don't know.
Is it? Well, I mean, you predominantly only have, I guess you could say, like just the Crowncast, right?
Right now I'm just doing the Crowncast, and also
the co-op series with your friend.
Yeah, it's on my other channel. So yeah, I mean, it's my sister, by the way, who I do co-op with.
Oh wow! I didn't realize that. Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, I wanted to have a co-channel with her because I felt like we need something different from all the other people. That's just a single person doing playthroughs. I felt like we just have all of it on one channel. We have to be more productive on that channel if we wanted to succeed more. But on my MarkCrownStories channel, I have the Crowncast, I have the weird videos I do, and I have
believe me, I know.
Yeah, the fanfic, and also I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm starting my Rome Total War story line.
Oh wow!
Where you're gonna see gameplay, but you're also gonna have story before it all starts, because I'm gonna play Athens and I'm gonna do a story as if I'm a council of Athens, because it said that it was the first democracy ever. So I'm gonna do like some kind of story in some capacity. And I can't monetize that, so that's a shame.
Sadly, yeah, that's a shame. I mean, well, Mark, I mean, look, again, you're an entertaining person. I think you should be bigger than where you're at right now. Like I said, for a lot of YouTubers, there's a lot of people that I've seen that that want to. They've always. Have you ever had anyone like ask you, hey, how do you get how do you do YouTube and stuff like that?
Yes.
What do
especially doing podcasts, I have had a lot of questions.
Same here. Yeah, same here.
So.
What do you tend to tell people? Because how I go about with people is that if you're not, like, first of all, like, what kind of content are you trying to do? How are you going to go about it? What kind of equipment do you have? Why should I be interested in your content,
I'm trying to create a variety story-driven channel, so to speak. It's something that has a lot of stories in it. No matter in what form, it's supposed to have some stories in it. So, like, maybe the weird sketches is just thrown in there because it's my everything channel, really. So,
yeah,
but
because
mostly,
why not?
yeah, mostly I will want to do stories in some ways. So, and even if it's featuring video games, if it's just me talking, or if it's me doing
you dancing,
or like the Stay Ballsy intro I did, where I made like Stay Ballsy lifestyle sort of.
Good job on that video, by the way.
Yeah, so I just want to record stuff, and everything that comes to my mind. If I get an idea to do, I just want to do it. And yeah, so if you like watching different things, because it's like John Rambo's channel, where he has a lot of different things. I want to do the same in having a lot of different things that can entertain everyone. Unfortunately, usually it's mostly channels that is good at really one thing that gets bigger right now, I feel like, which is kind of sad. But if you ever made it big, there is something for everyone.
Well, I mean, going on more to that, what would you tell people that try to do like a podcast? Like, for example, say you're going to give me advice. What would you tell me?
I would say do your own thing, and just, I mean, have topics ready if you're not used to it, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, I would say have topics. I mean, because you're not so comfortable in that situation talking to yourself probably in the beginning. So then just having a structure probably helps, unless you're really good at improvising on the spot, then just go for it.
Yeah.
But have it be your style. If you almost have to nowadays try to bring something different to the table, unfortunately. You can do a podcast like everyone else, but don't expect, unless you have a great voice for it, then maybe you could outwin more people to it. But I mean, it's just, if you're starting to do a podcast and you do one every week that has 1 hour like everyone else, or mostly people have 1 hour to 1 hour and a half, you do like the same as everyone else, then don't expect to have, at least in the beginning, have a lot of views to it. So I would just try to get something that feels that is different, and also stay true to yourself. So
I would also say that just because, for example, say when people think about podcasts, they don't really think maybe like an hour, 30 minutes, or 45 minutes. Just because it has to be a certain length, which no one says it has to be, make sure it's not an hour of shit. You know what I mean? Make sure that it's quality to it. It's okay to have a 20-minute or 30-minute podcast. Just make sure it's interesting, that people, when they listen, they'd be like, oh shit, this is pretty entertaining. I want to look more and more and more and more. Which, by the way, I didn't think. I don't know how. I thought the last podcast I did was terrible. I don't know why anyone thought I was good. But you know, it's again just me.
Yeah, it was a podcast where you came back for haven't done it in a while. So you expect to be a little rusty at that point. So for what it was a good podcast, and you.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you. Because I'm always looking at everyone else's stuff. I mean, I'm now, I guess you could say, I went from being just your new subscriber to, looking about your stuff. I've now, I guess you could technically interviewed you on my fucking podcast. I'm hoping to maybe do some more stuff with you, Mark, because you're an entertaining guy, and I think a lot of people will. I'm hoping. I don't know how people are going to react to you. Maybe this might be, a terrible podcast. Who knows? But I'm hoping. People,
I mean, there was a lot of people who usually comments on your podcast that went over to mine and commented that they absolutely loved it and subbed. So I'm pretty sure they liked it.
Well,
so
I hope more people go over to you again, because I mean, it's like I said, I like helping out other talent, even if they're smaller than me or bigger than me. Which I like to see it that me and you were kind of the same level, but that's just me. But because it's subs and shit. But I want to help everyone. That's why I hope when the Stay Ballsy network comes back, I hope to put my videos on there with every video I upload. I hope to plug that shit every fucking video. A lot of you guys work hard. Fucking John Rambo works fucking to the death. A lot of
he barely sleeps. That's
dude. That's the crazy part about John. And he every Saturday or so he goes to DSP to fucking do co-op. That's just amazing.
Yeah.
So John, if you're listening to this, fucking props to you. And come on my goddamn podcast, but
unfortunately, he is not the person that listens. I mean, he does a lot of editing.
He plugs.
Yeah. Which unfortunately, he don't have any time to listen to podcasts, because when you edit, especially because he's mostly editing stuff. When you edit stuff, you want to listen to everything. So I know it's
schnoz, man, and stuff.
Yeah. So it's kind of annoying that you can't, because for instance, OJ. Apparently has almost listened to every one of my podcasts, which I find really
that's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, so and he said he would want to come on my podcast at some point when I asked him in the comments or in the chat on the show. So I know he's at PAX right now, so maybe next week or the week after that, I can get him on someday.
And I hope to have him on mine, because god damn it, I want to, dude. An OJ interview would be fucking amazing in my opinion. But dude, he's he's pretty much the internet. That's why I want to just like I want to pick his brain, dude. It's like, dude. So before we end this off, there's a few more things I just want to talk about. This past weekend, I tweeted you about what the fuck with these Florida stories. And I found 4 of them, or 3 of them that were fucking amazing. Now, people don't know what these are. Mark, can you please explain what these are?
There's an account in Florida called Florida Man and Florida Woman, or 2 accounts. And it started, I think they started a year or 2 years ago with because Florida is one of more fucked up states in America. So there's some fucked up stories. So they decided to have it be funny, like Florida man does whatever. So Florida man tries to siphon gas with a vacuum cleaner. That's and he caught on fire because of it. That's just.
But yeah, basically, it's just a bunch of stories of Florida that were true, and I picked out 3 that I wanted to get your reaction of. First one I have here is woman rides manatee and gets arrested for it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I got another one that says, oh yeah, dude, Florida man strips naked in 7-Eleven, tells cops, I'm a monkey.
Yeah, that one is great as well.
The last one I got here is Florida man beaten, left naked in cow posture on first date.
Yeah, and I actually read that article, and the guy who did that one, he went out, he thought he was getting lucky with a girl he found on the internet whose name was Tree. Her name said she was named Tree.
Oh my god, I love
and
Florida.
the dude went with her, and then when he got when he picked her up, there was 2 other dudes with him with her, and we're like, okay, this is getting weird, but I'm up for it. He apparently said, and then they just robbed him blind and left him on a couch.
Who the fuck? If you're going on a date, Mark, if you see 2 guys with the girl you're gonna go on a date with, would you just be like, oh, okay, we're gonna go do something, kinky here or some shit?
Yeah.
Or would you know?
No,
what the fuck?
Yes, it's what the fuck. I mean,
dude, Florida's so fucked up. I love it. If I have any Florida viewers, I'm sorry to offend you, but your city's fucked.
It's just the perfect. As I said earlier, I watched Jesse Cox. There's the Cox and Krender, his friend Krender. They used to do a podcast, but hadn't had the time to do more podcasts. But one of the, if you can look it up, it's on the internet. It's Cox and Krender cheeseburger in Florida, I think, or cheeseburger in Paradise. I mean, you can just look it up on Cox and Krender on YouTube. It's where they point out the fact that last year there were the most people caught by the police on masturbation charges than whole country put together. And that's
Dude, I love Florida. But, alright, Mark, just before we end it off, I have one more question to ask you, and I hope I get a serious answer. What influences you, Mark, for life, for YouTube, just in general, for anything, Mark? What influences you to get up every morning, whether it be at fucking 2 p.m. in the goddamn afternoon or whatever? What influences you to be like, I want to go do this, I want to make a video and what have you? What influences you, Mark?
Well, the Ramborgia have made it so much easier to motivate myself. It's just when I started to talk to so much Ramborgians and stuff, I just have been so much more motivated. But I also always want to be have the goal of creating a name that's you can hear on the street. You hear, like, for me, like if I written a book, you can just hear, oh, have you read the MarkCrown book? Even if they said they didn't like it when you hear the comment, the fact that a person you just walk by on the street has read your book is where that's the goal I aim for with my life, and it's a driving factor. And other than that, I would say, especially the Ramborgia, it's made it so much easier.
Well, that's gonna have to do it then. But before I let you go, Mark, real quick, for anyone that wants to find you on either the social networks or your YouTube channel, you can find them at
MarkCrownStories on YouTube. Also, KOC and Crown. is my gaming channel with my sister. MarkCrown Story is the Twitter. I wanted to have MarkCrown Stories, but I couldn't have all those letters in it, so it became MarkCrown Story. So yeah, it's the easiest way, especially Twitter. I'm on Twitter as much as possible, just because it's fun. So yeah.
Thank you, Mark, for coming on to my podcast and joining me today in this time, which I think it's like, what, 9:30 for you right now? Yeah. Thank you for joining me for this hour, 30 minutes. You've been a great guest, and I would love to have you on another time. I would love to do more things with you as far as gaming or whatever. I hope you had a good time.
Yes, I had.
I hope everyone on my channel goes over there. Already, like you just said, people already want to see you. I hope everyone else goes over there because, again, I hope you do. Hope you get bigger. I hope whatever you have planned for your channel is a success.
Yes.
And thank you for coming along. We're going to end it for this week's episode of the podcast. I will see you guys on the next video, and you guys can catch Mark again on his channel, MarkCrownStories.
Yes.
That's enough to do it. Any last words?
It's been fun. I didn't know what.
Did you expect shit?
No, I just went on and just was myself. I can. It's just like every other person. I don't really get nervous anymore when I get on stuff. It's just having a good time.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, Mark, for joining us in the I was trying to say the MarkCrown.
Yes.
All right, fuck it. No, but thank you for joining me with the podcast. I'm gonna end this video now. Goodbye.
Bye.